this is like my peers, my team gave me this, the people that I work with. So that really makes it special.
What's up, everybody? Keith Allen here. Now, I just had the chance. No, I had the privilege to sit down and interview one of the most iconic faces in Hollywood film history, Danny Trejo. Now, this interview was for the 2024 Santa Fe Film Festival, where his most recent film, American Underdog, was making its U.S. debut premiere. Also, Danny was receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and enjoy this interview with America's nicest bad guy in town. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Trejo.
What are some of the most influential, when you talk about lifetime achievement, what are some of the most influential roles that you've played that has, impacted you personally?
My son, Gilbert, directed me in a film. And it's probably the only film I ever cried in, I like really, because I was always the guy that made people cry, And he had this little film he was doing, and he talked to my agent Gloria, and they put it all together. In this movie, he's a drug addict, and I'm his dad, so he was playing my son. He was the director, and he overdoses and dies. And my mom used to always say, when something would happen to me on the streets, she would wake up. Even if late at night, she despertaba. She knew something was wrong, and so she'd be up, watching, looking, waiting for me. And then when I come home, todo tirado and beat up, and so I knew it, and I guess my son overheard her talking one time, because in the movie, when he's dying with a drug overdose, and you see me going, waking up, wow, where'd you get that? Grandma. and my mom passed away, but in the movie, Sasha, his girlfriend, is taking me to where she buried him after he died. And it's cold. We're in the desert. I gave her my jacket because she was cold, and I got a shovel. And I asked her, "Did you kill my son?" And she said, "No, I love him. He was my only friend." And she started bawling. I wanted to cry like John Wayne. No, come on.
Did you ugly cry?
Oh, no. But all week he kept showing me baby pictures. Don't me look, Dad, remember when I broke my arm? Remember when you taught me how to ride a Hollywood? Yeah. So when Sasha started crying,
You lost it?
I lost mocos. There was nothing masculine.
Nothing but mocos.
When you got caught with your hand in the jar, God. But when he said cut, all the crew was crying, And I said, "You did it. You did it with them damn baby pictures."
That's rad. Here, I'm going to switch it up. I don't know if you know this. You've made the top 10 list of actors with the most on-screen deaths.
Absolutely.
You've been killed 41 times.
Yeah, there's more now.
What is your favorite?
That's an old list. Well, one of the most iconic death scenes of all times that people have said is the one in Heat with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Every construction site I walk by, every what do you call it, store I walk with, "Don't leave me like this, Holmes."
Since we're in New Mexico, I am biased, and when you played Tortuga in Breaking Bad, that was one of my favorite. That was pretty gnarly.
You know that at first they did the Tortuga scene. It was number one on their show. So they called me back. My agent Gloria said, hey, they want you back. They want to do the first part of that, right? 'Cause so I did. I went back and did that. And when I was in England, no, Germany, it was about three vatos brought in this tortoise about this big, the Galapagos somewhere, and they're all coming, hey, will you sign? That against the law. Tortuga, hola DA.
Nice, I love that.
I mean, turtle was bigger than him.
I got a question. All right. So I don't know if you know this. Your Wikipedia page has a designated section for life of crime and incarceration. The first thing on your IMDb profile reads, it calls you a child drug addict and criminal. And your book, Trejo, My Life of Crime, Redemption in Hollywood, all of those terms, a lot of people would shy away from those terms, kind of be ashamed. I feel like, based off of reading everything, you wear those as badges of honor. What does all that mean to you, that people throw that stuff around?
They're not badges of honor. What they are is what do you call it? It's identification with young people that are on that track. It's like, you take me to any school you want. Oh, we're having so many problems, gang, drugs, blah, blah, blah. Nobody will be quiet in the auditorium. Take a teacher, take anybody. Y no se caen. Chinga tu madre. They don't. I walk onto that stage, it's just quiet. Now, they don't want to hear what Danny Trejo has. They want to hear what that guy from Spy Kids, that guy from Heat, guy from Desperado. Y si eres mexicano, shit, blood in, blood out, homie. I mean, and see, that was a film of redemption too. There was four main vatos. One went to prison, one became a police, the other one became an art. In other words, it's like we're not all going to prison. You can pull yourself out of it anytime you want. All four of them were destined for prison, but the others changed.
Can anyone change their life around at any point?
Absolutely. You know what is it? Especially about Chicano or Mexicano, if we take drugs and alcohol out of our system, out of us, we automatically got a chance. You understand? I couldn't understand why I got in trouble. I was drunk all the time. Assault, battery, robbery. Assault and battery, that's what you get. Break-ins, that's what you get with alcohol. Robbery, jewelry store, that's what you get from drugs. And so it is just as plain. And right now with the fentanyl, every society that has fallen with drugs. China's delivering so much fentanyl to Mexico. What does Mexico do? Send it over here. Our drug companies here sell so many drugs to Mexico, very cheap. What do they do with it? They're sneaking them back here. So the reason that we have so much problem, and you look at, is drugs, first of all. They talk about the homeless. The homeless. Let me tell you about the homeless. The homeless is mostly mental illness and drug addiction. Me and camarada of mine, Mario Castillo, we work down there. We go down there every other day. Pass out flyers here, Narcotics Anonymous, Alcoholics Anonymous, Toma Comida, Cortos and Shorts, whatever we got, thermal underwear. And we see it. Like, this vato needs medication. This vato don't even know he's homeless. Or that he don't got shoes on.
Why do you do it? Why do you do what you do? Okay. You do so much volunteer work. You go to schools, you go to the streets. So why do you do it?
I gotta say, I get mad at a lot of actors because they don't do it. And they got the ticket.
I got a quote from you. When talking about celebrities, you say a lot of them don't do it because they say they're busy. Yeah. And you said, none of them are as busy as me. I've got 8 restaurants, a record company, and a movie career. Don't talk to me about busy. I'll slap the shit out of you.
and I got a record label. But you know what? But the reality is, I mean, you get guys that the kids have seen on the screen, they're going to listen to them. But the only problem is a lot of them don't want to come out and say, yeah, I use drugs. And then the ones that do, all of a sudden, they just go on what do you call it, a television tour. Hey, I use drugs. I used, now I'm clean. And that's it. Yeah. But I owe, you understand? I owe a lot. Diosito, I mean, I was on my way to hell, Holmes. And in 1968, in the hole in Soledad, cuando me iban a mandar el Ray Pacheco, Henry Quijada, and me were in a riot and really hurt some people bad. It was alleged. And we're in the hole, and Henry said, hey, they're going to top us, huh? And I thought about that. It was Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo, and everybody, todos los mexicanos think, oh, Cinco de Mayo is when we won the independence. No, we won a battle, the Puebla, and party. And that's when they invented tequila, because Cinco de Mayo means get drunk but have bail money. Porque vas a ir a la cárcel, you're going to jail. You know. Everybody raised their hand. Hey, you're right. No, but so it's like Cinco de Mayo, 1968. Boom, in prison. We were all loaded and drunk. Go to the hole. And I remember just asking Diosito, let me die with dignity. I will say your name every day, and I will do whatever I can for my fellow inmate. I said inmate because I never thought I was getting out of prison. I went to board, that was Cinco de Mayo of 1968. I went to board in July of 1969, the parole board. And they said, Mad Dog Madden, the parole agent said, Danny Trejo, B948, we're getting sick of you here. And I said, well, Mr. Madden, that's a wonderful way to start a conversation between two friends. You know. And he says, you know what, we're kicking you out of here. Bring us back a life sentence. So in other words, I had a 10-year top. That means they had to see me every year. So they give me a life sentence, they don't have to see me for 15 years. And I remember they kicked me out of it. I got out August 23rd, 1969. I've been out ever since. And
you celebrate that day still to this day?
Every day. Let me tell you something. I never stop helping somebody. I help somebody every day. I don't care what it is. I call somebody that's in the hospital. I walk over to the old people. I hate saying old people. And I say, you need anything from the market? I'm going to the market. Anything.
Wow, that's incredible.
I don't care what. I help my gardeners sometimes.
I got another quote from you that says, everything, you say this, and you've said this multiple times in multiple interviews, and I want to know why. You say, everything good that has happened to me has happened as a direct result of helping someone else. Everything. What do you mean by that, and why?
Me and a kid named Danny Trejo started a gardening business when I got out of prison. All right. My second wife, Debbie Shield, shipping. She gave me a 59 Impala shed, which I had it in. And they had that big trunk, so we would use that to put all the grass in, because we didn't have no equipment. I'd send Dennis, because he was a little cabachito, a little white kid. He'd knock and, hi, you want me to mow your lawns? And, yeah, good little white kid. And then I'd show up, you know what I mean? All right, let's do it. But then we'd ask them, do you have a lawnmower? And they go, yeah. Do you have bags? A rake, edger. So if they had, we'd put it all in a wheelbarrow and go down the yard, go down their neighborhood, mow about 4 lawns, then come back and do theirs. And we throw all the grass in that big trunk and go to Vaughn's and dump it in their No, that's like low overhead. And that's what we did. And I used to help this one lady that had a beautiful yard when I went to prison, because this was in my mom's neighborhood, beautiful. And then it was like a jungle when I got out of prison. I did 5 years, and I said, Mama, ¿qué pasó con la ruca? And she said, oh, no, mijo. Her husband, no. One of her sons died in Vietnam. Another one was killed in a gang war, and her husband killed himself in the house. You know what I mean? And she turned into the bruja. You know, that's what my mom, the witch lady, and that's what the kids called her, right? And so me and Danny just started fixing up her yard. You know, the pendejada, nothing, just we'll cut all the weeds and shit, and we planted some grass, and the easiest thing in the world to do, you know, just throw ryegrass, it's gonna grow, and it got started looking pretty good. We got a sprinkler system going, and then I remember this big gabacho, great big old hillbilly, right? He comes over to, how much you charging the lady? You know, I said, nothing, she's crazy, leave us alone. You know? Well, look, I want you to do my yard. And I look at him, right? And he goes, and call Pablo Danny Levitov. I said, for calling him, I'm gonna give you another $5. Give me another $5. So he takes us around, and I get him up to about $35. And this is, but you gotta remember, this is 1970, all right? And we go to his yard, opens his garage, every tool known to mankind. I mean, he had every gardening tool. You could tell the hammer was missing because he had a picture of a painting of
still
the
on the wall.
hammer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he said, look, I love to work on my yard. I'll give you this equipment. I mean, every edge and everything. He said, you come mow my lawn. He said, I love working on the yard. I had a heart attack. The wife won't let me. I said, mister, I come wash your back every night.
And that all happened because you did that. You helped that lady for
That
free.
lady.
That's
Lady.
real gnarly. That's
Hey, I got into the movies trying to help a kid stay clean. You know, I went on a movie set at
a runaway train, right?
right on, and the kid's still clean. But I ran into a guy named Eddie Bunker, who I was in prison with, who was the captain's clerk and a writer. And we talked, and he said, hey, Danny, we need somebody to train one of the actors how to box. And I said, what's it pay? And he says, $320 a day.
Damn, that's a lot back then.
I said, how bad you want this vato beat up, Holmes? I thought he wanted me to hear shit. I'll fight Godzilla for $320. and then he tells me, no, you gotta be careful, Holmes. This vato socked a couple of people. I said, Eddie, give him a stick, homie. I've been beat up for freaking shit. $320. The director saw I could handle Eric and gave me a job.
Nice. All because you were helping someone
Again,
get sober.
again.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's
I got
the way I
nothing.
started my restaurants.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a question.
Okay.
What does art and acting and filmmaking, what did that do to your life?
Well, no, you got to understand. Art is like that's art. Okay, that's a picture of Big Frankie. All right, that's art. Filmmaking is lying and making people think you're not lying. You know, to me, filmmaking is a job. It's the same as the house painter, as the carpenter, as it's just. It's just
You're making a
different
product.
job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's a different job. What am I doing? I'm doing myself, or I played Marsha Brady in a Snickers commercial. You know?
That's true. That's true.
So to me, I have to keep it as a job, because if I don't, and I've seen them comienzan, créete muy chingo, I'm an artist, you know. Shut up.
Well, I got a question. All right, your birthday's next month. You're actually born the day before me and a couple years before me. So a few years. I read that you have your hand in approximately 29 upcoming cinematic projects. You own 8 restaurants, released a book and a cookbook. Why and what keeps you going? You don't have to do another thing for the rest of your life, but you keep going.
Well, you know what? It's like you can only fish so long. You know what I mean? I love to fish, but you know, like I got a nice house, and I live with 2 camaradas, that my assistants, you know, Mario and his son, and they take care of everything. So it's like, but you know what? I collect cars. I got a few cars, and I'll work on them if I'm not doing it. But me, the Lord has blessed me by letting me find what I love doing and getting paid for it. And that's the key to success. I know people that became wealthy and want to blow their brains out. You know what I mean? Because they don't like what they're doing. And I guess if you can get wealthy enough to not have to do nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Cool, but I don't know if you be that wealthy.
Now, you give a lot of life to a lot of people. You volunteer a lot. You help out so many people. In your opinion, what's the secret sauce to life?
Hey, helping others. I got to tell you, that's the way Diosito wants us to live. There's no feeling in the world like being in an airport and somebody coming up and say, hey, you know, I was in juvenile hall in 1995, and you came up and talked, and I was doing drugs. I heard you, man. You know what? I heard you. I saw my uncles live your life, and I didn't want it. I've been clean 10 years. I got a kid. And you can feel it. You can feel it inside them that, you know, thank you. I go to the bathroom sometimes in the airport, and Diosito, thank you, because that's the payment. That's the payment. And there's no greater joy than helping your fellow man and knowing you did it. Knowing you did it. But it's funny because, like I said, Diosito repays us, but in his own time. You know what I mean? If you're going to do something and say, pues, ¿qué pasó? It's not going to happen. You know what I mean? I helped Mario Castillo in 1991 when I was doing a movie called Blood In, Blood Out. We were doing it in San Quentin. I was an actor. I'd been in San Quentin in 65, 66 as an inmate. But we went back to do this movie, and he was an inmate. I was an actor. And we started talking about staying clean and doing this and doing that. And he got out. I ran into him 8 years later. And he was in Narcotics Anonymous. And he turned out helping drug addicts. The same thing I do, right? And then he needed a liver transplant, so he went and got it. But he lost everything, right? And I was like, just move in. I got an extra room, man. I got a big house. Stay in there. Answer my phone because I'm on tour. I'm going all over. So I was going. I didn't worry about my dogs, my plant. Worry about nothing. And so that was like, 26 years ago. And 9.5 years ago, he saved my son's life.
How so?
My son was doing drugs. Heavy, right? And now it's like, you know, meth and my son always had cards, credit cards. And so I got a call from Mishko. Mishko said, hey, you better get Gilbert, man. He's locked up in a crack house and everybody's shooting dope, heavy, man. So I said, okay, all right. I called Mario, and Mario, okay, all right, I got him. Don't worry, I'll go get him. So Mario, where we work and stuff, we like know all the underworld, you know, and just find out who's dealing and this, okay, that. So I knew one of the guards that were guarding the house, and Mario went in, and when I called, he called me, because I was in Germany. He called me and said, I got him. No, I got him. Don't worry, I got him. And all right. So where was it? He tells me. So I called one of the guards. Hey, They said, who's that crazy Mexican? Oh, that old bald-headed dude come in here threatening to kill everybody.
Jeez.
and he's the guy that
like a real life machete.
No. He's the guy that told me, the guard told me. I said, that vato came in and took my, I got to hang out, blow all you sucker. And snatched up Danny and brought him. Says, but he left the shoe. I mean, stand up Gilbert, but he left the shoe.
All right.
And so, you know what? So like I said, God repays us, but in his own time.
Yeah. You could do anything. You have access to so many resources, and but you chose to be a part of American Underdog. Killed it. You gave me a very Mickey feel from Rocky with your raspy voice and everything. Why did you choose to be a part of this, and what does this piece mean to you?
You know what? Any movie when people start out and it's their first movie or new director or low budget, I love doing low budget movies because no. I mean, every once in a while you got to do a big one so you can pay your rent, but money. You need money to live, but it comes. You just keep working. It's like I do 8 movies, I make as much money as somebody big movie star that makes 1. And I keep working.
So you're getting the Lifetime Achievement Award. In your opinion, what's your greatest achievement? You've done so much.
My kids.
Your kids.
My kids.
How so?
They're all doing good. My son's a director right now. So he brought his life around. You know what I mean? And my daughter, she works in production. And they love her because she's smart and quick. You know what I mean? And she's the kind of the person that if she sees something wrong over there, she's not going to, she'll just go do it. You know what I mean? And I want to say, I taught him, I didn't. That was her mom.
You're Mr. LA. And in the last 5 years, you've had the privilege to watch the Lakers win the championship, the Dodgers win the World Series, and your Rams win the Super Bowl.
Hey,
how's it been?
I was there.
How's it been?
You know what? It's so funny because I used to sneak in to watch the Rams play like in 1957 in the Coliseum. You know what I mean? No, I would just, to be a family, and I'd just get in with them like this. And people, oh, look at that. They must have adopted that little Mexican kid. But I love L.A., I guess I've been all over the world, but I love L.A., Right now they got me as the most recognizable Latino on the planet.
Well, before we go, actually, Danny, I wanted to welcome you back from the land of enchantment with some puffed corn, Christmas flavored, both red chili and green chili. I promise you, they are delicious. And absolutely, I want to welcome you and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.